Hello, this is Mr. Zhang, from Visa Inquiry. How are you today? Uh, it's getting the warmer, but there is the yellow dust around the country, so it is very difficult to go out and have some activity. It's difficult. But and also you need to put your the mask is on when you go out and even while you're working. But it's a very, very difficult situation, especially for the graduate student or some master degree holder or the bachelor degree holder and change that international student and find a job. It is more difficult due to economic situation is not good so far. So I received a lot of questions from the D2 visa holders and also D10 visa holders, the job seeking, and about the finding a job with the professional the area with E7-1 visa. So today I make a time to explain about the basic requirement for the when you change current your D2 or D10 visa to the E7-1, the specific activity visa, right? You can work, but it is very difficult to find out some of the job list and code number when you apply for the E7-1 visa from D2 or D10 visa. So I make a time to explain about the requirement for the change and from D2 to D2 or D10 visa to E7-1 visa. And also I will explain about the job list, right? Job list and code number when you apply for the E7-1 visa, right? Okay, so I hope that you were the subscribe on my YouTube channel. It is more helpful for me to make that kinds of informative and lectures for you. Okay, let us start. E7-1 is the basic explanation. So the meaning of a E7 visa is specific. Sometimes they said special, right? Specific or the designated, and the working activity visa, right? So there is totally 85 job categories, and also there are 67 the professional jobs. So I will just explain the 52 and the job categories because the 15 is the one for the manager position. This is the highest in a position. So except for the highest position, and I will explain the general code and the name of the job field of the E7-1 visa today. So when you have a D2, right, D2 or the job seeking and D10, except for the matching with your major and the working field out of like 52 job categories, a specialist section, and there was a basic requirement for your company side and your side. So I will explain the basic things. The first one in your company side, actually number of Koreans, Korean workers. It shall be more than 5 or more. So this is the basic things, right, to protect and the Korean employment, right? This is a very important part, but there is a certain, and the visa code is not required for the number of Korean workers, but at least if you find a job and if you make an interview with your hiring company, I'd like to recommend you to check that number of Koreans first and the job field of your company as well as the position, right? The second one is, and the sales volume. Newly established company is hiring you is very difficult. So there is no any specific sales volume, but you must consider that and this company and has enough sales volume to hire you, right? Because there are some company just corporate but established 2 years, but there is no any specific sales volume. In this case, it's very difficult to hire you. Also, immigration office may check that this hiring company has eligibility to hire you. Is based on their sales volume and their like uh net profit, right? Without the net profit, how this company can hire you? Immigration consider that, right? It is not my point of view, right? This is the most important thing. And the third one is your position, your working position, and also your companies and work the field of industries that shall be met is the main the requirement, right? But there was some of the things the D22 and D24. This is a bachelor degree in Korea, and D23 the master, and D24 and the PhD degree from Korea, right? There is if the company find the necessity, if there has a necessity to hire you, right? But you can apply for that. But even though immigration may check that, even though they have a strong necessity to hire you, but immigration will check your major, even though, right? Your major and job field. Immigration office may check the major and job field as well. For example, if somebody got like a master degree in Korea, and this company is an IT company, but your major was the kind of agriculture. So if you do, even though you have a specific knowledge about the IT field, but immigration may check your major and the company business. So even though you are very, very good at it, but there is no any other documentation to prove you, so that's why. Only they can see that you're the major and related to your job position because if there is no other the specific and the data they can check. So this is a major is important that I explain you. The your side, the first one, that you have to make a working contract, GNI 80% at least. So the 2020 and GNI it was 37.5 million won. So based on this, okay, I will check that 37.5 and the 12 time no 37.5. This is a GNI, right? And 80% is 30 million won. So your the income annual income shall be over 30 million won. It's based on the 30 million won, and your the monthly income shall be more than 2.5 million won. This is a basic requirement for your income. The second one is I said the major is the most important. There is some guideline I already explained that, and the DT2, the bachelor's and master's and the PhD degree holder from one of the Korean universities, and if they have that kinds of diploma, they don't need, right? And matching to 100% matching to your major and your working field. But even though immigration may check your major, any possibility and the relation between your major and your working field. This is the most important thing, okay? But it's getting difficult right now to change and D2 or the D10 to the E7-1 visa right now. So you must check very closely on that issue, right? Okay, I already explained there are the 85 job categories and 67 job categories and including 15 like a manager or the president, a very high value, and the specialist is a 52. The rest of the things are E7. This is a E7-1. This is a E7-2 and E7-4. That one. But today I will explain and the E7-1 and 52 job categories. And the other, right? I already explained that 18 job categories, an office worker and the service worker and the sales worker. This is a E7-2 and E7-4. Okay, let's see the more detailed job categories. Okay, the first one, life science expert. This is a code number, right? And the second, the natural science expert. Third, and the social science researcher and computer hardware technician and the communication engineering technician and the computer system design analyst and the system software developer and application software the developer, the web developer and data specialist. The actually the Korean government is to focus on the bio right now and IT field and robotics. So and the chemical is kind of advanced technology, right? So in this case, right, is the compared to the other and the E7 and job code, there is a more beneficial than any other the E7-1 the code. This is for your tips. Okay. Next one, network system developer. Right. I already explained there are lots of IT related field, right? Information security specialist. This is a kind of a internet security and a programmer, the designer, that kind of stuff, and an architectural engineering engineer, right? And the civil engineering professional, then the landscaping technician, the urban and transportation specialist, and the chemical engineering and a technician, and the metal and material engineering engineer, electrical engineering technician, right? This is a kind of an engineering section. And the next one, electronic engineering technician, right? And a mechanical engineering engineer. But this is getting difficult to get to find a job and to prove that the mechanical engineering engineers especially. The plant engineering technician, the robotics. This is a new emerging the E7-1 visa, and immigration officers, the government really like that kinds of a major person. A specialist in automobile, the shipbuilding, airplane, and railway vehicle engineering, industrial safety and the risk specialist, environmental engineering and technician, and gas and energy engineers, and textile engineering technician, and draftman. This is for the architectural and designing and some of the places and other things. But this is a draftman is getting difficult right now as well to get E7-1 visa. And a nurse, but it has listed on the one of the 52 in the specialist, but except for the specific situation, it is very difficult right now, right? This is not exactly and the study because of the certain reason. But I know some of the person, right? And graduate some of the like a nurse course in Korea, 3 years college, and after that, they pass the national and the nurse test. It is okay, but overseas nurse and certification and qualification is right now is very difficult to work as a nurse in Korea. So graduated from the one of the university as a nurse and pass national nurse examination. That kind of person, yes, find a job. And the university instructor and technical instructor at overseas and technical the school. And there is some of the institutions is invested from the overseas, right? There is a design school, or there is the famous design school, right? Design school and other stuff, right? There is the few person working at that as an instructor, an educational expert and teacher of a foreign school. This is E7-1, right? But usually E2 visa holders cannot work E7-1 at the field, right? So the last time is it had some problems, right? E2 cannot do and teachers for the foreign schools, right? That person shall be and shall be gotten the E7-1 with like a teacher's license from their own home country or the master's degree. Okay, they're legal expert, the lawyers and other stuff. And the government and public administration specialist is a few persons that do that. Special agency administrative staff, the management and diagnostic specialist, right? This is diagnosing and checking the management system, right? But usually CPA, right? The certified public accountant, and that kind of person apply that and the code section. And the financial and insurance specialist, that was the usually the need a certain the license for that, right? And the planning expert and the travel good developer and advertising and public relations specialist. It's a kind of a like if there is a like there is a special person for the is a 광고 홍보 in Korea, right? And advertising and the PR for that. It's kind of including marketing, right? And survey expert, event planner, overseas salesperson, and technical salesperson, and technology management specialist, and translator and interpreter. It's very getting difficult. Even though you got the you have to meet this one and translator, interpreter, the major, and some kind of experience is required. Even like a graduate one of the Korean universities, and the immigration office requires for the experiences as well. The announcer, the working at the TV, right? Something, the designer, and the image related designer, right? This is a higher value, a higher the code, right? The designer 285, and the inside there is a more detailed image related designer. This is IT related things, and that one is a designer is the white like clothing and shoes and industrial good and designer. Oh, I did already. Yes, the 52 I did already. I really already. Okay, so there is the 52 the job category for the specialist, right? So there is most of the engineering and the IT and the sections for that. So if you have I already explained that your major is the important major and your working field and your working your working field of your company as well. So this is I just make this one for requested by the T2 visa holders and what is the special like a job categories. So I just explain in simple word and I show that the job category as well as the code number. This is a very important things. Your subscription is helpful for me, and if my lecture is good, and please and kindly and subscribers and push the like button. So the later then I will explain more details about each visa code and visa and the titles. So to see you next time. This is Mr. Zhang, Visa in Korea. See you next time. Bye bye.